Hi. Okay, I still need to add one more person. Who am I missing?
Oh, hey, Aaron, Lauren.
Hello.
That's me. Which ones are you having problems with?
The back page. Number 6, C and D.
6, C, and D. If the student's score is 10 percentile, what would their corresponding Z-score be? Is that the one?
Yes.
How did I solve this one? Is that the one can you solve that one in the applet? I've started to write down the numbers, the section numbers, but I hadn't gotten that far.
Yeah, I have the applet, but I'm so confused.
If you type in 10% on the top of that applet, what happens?
Oh. I almost get the number. It gives me 1.282.
Okay, they rounded. I think that's how you get that answer. I think you just use the applet. And then the example, there's the example in the book reading.
Mm-hmm.
They use the example with the 90 percentile score. So right around that applet, I'd have to get on the screen. I'd have to get on the screen that shows homework. I'm gonna find that section. So yeah, they use an example of a 90th percentile. So I just did the opposite of what.
Okay.
Fill in the blanks.
And then for D, because I
For
know.
D, what is a quantitative GRE score for a student who scores in the 10th percentile? How did I figure that one out? The answer is 140. Okay, I did my work. Okay, so you have to know, you have to rely on the information you get on the previous page, which is
The mean of 150.
100. Yeah, is the mean, and 8.8 is the standard deviation. What is a quantitative GRE? Oh, you got to use that 10 percentile thing again. Find a couplet.
Oh, okay. So you just take the mean of 150.8 minus the Z-score?
Yeah, I believe so. Does that make sense? Does that come up with an answer?
Let me see.
I'll have a better job of having organized homework next time.
No, that doesn't give me 140.
What did I do? Okay. 8.8 minus 8.8. So I set it up like this. 8.8. No, okay. The Z-score is negative 1.282 equals, and an X minus 150.8 over 8.8.
Okay.
And then to get rid of that 8.8 on the bottom, which is division, you times both sides by 8.8, so you get a cross out at the 8.8 underneath the X minus 150.8. And then you move, so then the equation looks like, in parentheses, 8.8 minus times negative 1.282 equals X minus 150.8. I'm going to text a picture to you real quick. Photo.
I see. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yes.
So that's, yeah, you cross out the 8 points. You got 8.8 minus 8.8 times negative 1.282 equals x minus 150.8. Then you add 150.8 each side to isolate x.
Yeah.
So then you got to do 8.8 times negative 282 and then add 150.8 to that.
So I got 139.518. So I'm just assuming they rounded it to
rounded up to
140.
140, yeah.
Okay.
So 8.8 times negative 0.282 equals.
Hold on, sweetie.
Right. Plus 150.
Okay. And then on 7C, I got confused because I didn't know why there was a difference between B and C.
B is, okay, what is the probability that randomly selected particle has a speed over 2,500
Which I got.
meters per second? Okay. And the next question is less than 2,500 meters per second.
So when I did it on the normal probability applet, I didn't get that answer. So that's why I wasn't sure if I missed a step.
So did you get the right answer for B?
I did.
0.1216?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the applet right now. So the answer is like take 1 minus 0.1286 or 1 minus 0.1216. And that gives you your answer to the other one.
Oh, forgot about that.
How did I figure that out? I mean, it's part of me. I figured this stuff out by looking at the answer and kind of reverse engineering it a little bit.
That's how I
figure out
got
what they were
the
actually
ones
as.
before.
1 point area. Yeah, so what I'm starting to do is write down what section I found the answer in, and then I started writing down applet next to the ones I had to use the applet for. It was like banging my head against the wall, and somebody's like, "Oh, the applet." And then he does say somewhere in the writing that we will use that a lot.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then the last one is with F.
Yeah. Okay. What is the third quartile of the speeds of hydrogen at room temperature? All right, figure out that. Okay, so that one, what does third quartile mean?
That's is that the highest mark? I don't have my notes about the quartiles.
Quartiles, let's see, what does quarter mean? What's 1/4 out of 100?
Yeah, I don't
25
have my,
cents? 25 cents? A quarter. 25 cents, right?
Yeah, so it's the 75th.
75, yeah. So go up to the area and type in 0.75.
Got
in
it.
the applet. It took me a while to figure out this one too. That gives you your z-score of 0.674.
So it's not the answer it gives us.
No, because that's not finished with the answer. So it's so you know the z-score. Okay, set up that one by going the z-score. Okay, set up the equation z equals x minus that funky looking pu, which is the mean, over the standard deviation. That circle with the line.
Oh, so it's just like 60 again. Do it in reverse.
Yeah, probably. So I got the answer by going So the mean. We know the mean. We know the z-score. We know the z-score is 6.674 equals, and then we know the mean. We know the mean is 1,800 meters per second,
Yeah.
and we know the standard deviation is 600 meters per second. What we don't know is the x. So times both sides of the equation by the 600 to get the 600 out from underneath the x minus 1,800. And so that sets you up multiplying 0.674 by 600. And so then to get rid of get x by itself, you have to add 1,800 to both sides. So in the end, you have 1,800 plus 600 times 0.674. To do this, 600 times 0.674 equals 404.4, and then you add the 1,800 to that for your 2,204. Do you remember this stuff? This is. Do you remember this stuff from basic? This is algebra.
Yeah.
Basically.
I just,
I'm dusting off the cobwebs also.
yeah.
I'm just glad I went through Math 108 recently, and we went over some of this stuff. Some of it's starting to click.
Well, and just reading the book doesn't do anything for me. I have to be taught like visually. I can't just read it and understand it.
I hear you. To go along with the so really all these answers, all these questions kind of relate directly to questions that are in the reading. They just change the numbers around a little bit to try to find what example they give relates to the question they're giving you.
Yeah.
The third quartile one, that relies on information from last lesson, basically. With that being that 75% thing.
Okay. Does anybody else have any questions? Now that I'm caught up.
Are we all there? Okay, how do I find you guys again?
I invited Angelique. I'm guessing she can't come though because of
that
her
storm. Yeah. We tried texting her. I wonder if. Yeah. She had bad internet connection already. Anyway.
Yeah.
Are we ready to begin?
Sure.
Yeah. Are you guys okay on the preparation assignment?
Yeah, there are a couple I need to reread. I don't think y'all can help me though. It's just I process information a little slowly sometimes.
Me too. So I was telling Anglern what I started doing is writing the section down where you find the answer. So that way, if any of us have a question during the week, you just text, "Hey, I'm having a problem with this one." You can just text the section number, which once you find that, it's like, oh, duh.
That'd be great.
Easy. So I'm gonna start doing that, and also throughout the assignment, I started writing down which one I needed the applet for. Some of them, it's like, how do you figure out that answer? And then you realize, oh, all you have to do is plug it into that applet. Easy.
Yeah.
But without further ado, we run through.
Are you guys ready to jump into the quiz, or?
Let's just run through the answers real quick, and then that shouldn't take long. Number one, classify each of the following batting averages as either unusual or not usual. Use the z-score to make that determination. First of all, it's all based on the 2 standard deviations. So if it's more than 2 standard deviations, it's unusual. If it's less than 2 standard deviations, it's usual. The first one, the standard deviation, or the z-score was negative 2.088, which is beyond 2, which is unusual. B the z-score ended up being negative 1.059, which is within 2, so that's usual. C, 1.882, and that ended up being usual. And then the last one, D, 0.335, ended up with a z-score of 2.176. More than 2, that means it's unusual.
Okay. So
That,
are you
that's
putting
all.
this in the normal, the applet thing?
No, I just, I mean, you probably could have got the answer that way. I just figured out the z-scores the old-fashioned way, whatever way they told us how to do it. That's how I figured out. And then using the mean, throughout the reading, you find out the mean batting average is 0.261, and the standard deviation is 0.034. Did anybody get those answers from the applet, or did they just figure it out with the?
Oh yeah, I would have just done the z-score by hand.
That's what I did. Did anybody? Can you do it with the applet? Probably, right?
I don't feel familiar enough with the applet yet. Probably, but I wouldn't know.
I'm gonna find that applet real quick. Let's see, shut you guys down. Go to that applet. Type in 19 enter. I don't know that answers the question. Yeah, I would just do the z-scores by hand using the formula we got.
Okay.
Okay, moving on. Who's got number 2?
I could find the probability that a randomly selected professional baseball player will have a batting average that is greater than 0.335. So I did the formula and I took the average they gave us of 2.61. So I did 0.335 minus 0.261 divided by the standard deviation. And I got the z-score of 2.176. I put that in the applet and it gave me the 0.0148 and I rounded it to 0.015.
Perfect.
That makes sense.
And that was in 3.2.1. And the first one was in 2.2.2. If you're playing at home. Okay. Everybody get that one good? Awesome. Number 3. Who's got number 3?
I don't know. I maybe oversimplified it, but I just jotted down that the normal density curve has a bell shape. And then I jotted down the 68, 95, 99.7 rule, which I know is I'm not sure if that's right, but I do know it's a bell shape and it's derived from by the mean and the standard deviation.
Yeah, I just looked in the reading and I found where it said symmetric and bell-shaped.
Yeah. Does the 68, 95, 99.7 rule apply to all normal density curves?
If it's normal, yeah, that's what makes it normal.
That's what I thought. Okay, cool.
Doing is it me again? No. Whose turn?
Megan?
4 of us. There's 4. Okay, so Megan, you up for number 4?
And my some problems.
Okay, I got it. Shoots. Define what the terms are in the formula. Z is z-score. X is the observed event. The PU is the mean, and the bottom symbol is the standard deviation. And then, yeah, everybody's familiar with all that stuff.
Yep.
Number 5.
Lauren, is that you?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I actually skipped number 5.
Okay, I can do that. So when looking at a normal density curve, 68, tell me if I'm wrong, this is how I understood it. 68% will be within 1 standard deviation from the mean, 95% will be within 2 standard deviations of the mean, and 99.7% will be within, hold on. 60% will be 1 standard deviation from the mean, 95% will be 2 standard deviations from the mean, then 99.7% will be more than 2 standard deviations from the mean.
Right, but well, 3 standard deviations. No more than 3 standard deviations.
Okay.
It's
Oh, yeah.
possible to be beyond the 99.7%. So anything between 95 and 99.7 is an outlier because it's unusual. Based on anything more than 2 standard deviations is unusual. You don't have to say this in the rule, I don't think, but if it's beyond 99.7, it'd be like an extreme outlier.
Outlier, sure. Okay.
There's like outliers and there's the extreme. So, but to say the rule, I'd say within 68% is 1, within 95 it's 2, and 3 is within 99.7.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. 6.
If I could do 6.
You got 6?
Yeah. So A is simple. It's just asking what the mean and the standard deviation is, which it gives us the 150.8 and 8.8.
That is the standard deviation. Awesome.
Okay, B. Okay, where are my notes? I don't see where. For B, I got 0.0533, but I don't have my notes of how I got that.
Is that just a plug it? I think that's just plug it into the applet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And C, I don't know if you girls heard, but Kevin helped me out with finding the 10th percentile.
Yeah, can you run through that again, Kevin? I didn't get that.
Okay. So 10th percentile. They show the example in the reading with the Ghananese women or something having a 90 percentile.
Mm-hmm.
So all they did was they went up to the and you can get on your books right now and look at this normal probability outlet.
Mm-hmm.
All they did was went to the top area and typed in 0.90.
In the probability applet?
Yeah.
And so that's how they got their answer. So based it off that, like, oh shoot, all I have to do is type in 0.10.
So the z-score was, I just had it. Hold on. The z-score was no. Okay, so first you have to find the z-score, right?
Right. And you get that. If you put in the 10%, if you put in 0.1 in the area, which is the box on top of the applet, it gives you the z-score.
Oh. Hold on. So if I put 0.10 in the area.
Yeah, the z-score.
1.28 too?
Yeah.
And in this case, it's negative 1.282. So once you know that, you can figure out the standard deviation.
Oh, that's so easy.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
What is
Sorry.
the answer? What is the
When you
answer?
have someone to explain it in person.
What is the answer they're looking for in that one? That's 6C?
6C, yeah.
The final answer is like 140, right?
Yeah, and you get that by plugging in the
numbers to the equation and just solving for X.
Yeah, because X is the only thing we don't have. We have the mean, the standard deviation, and the z-score.
They got sloppy notes on all this stuff. But yeah, you get the thing that you can't possibly figure out. You get that by plugging it into the applet. And I just got that by looking at the example. Look. And then for the D, what is the quantitative GRE score? Is that what we just asked?
No.
Yeah. Because C is the z-score and D is the 140. Okay.
So to do this,
you take
you solve for X.
Yeah, you solve for X, exactly.
Okay.
Backwards math.
Okay.
Number 7.
So 7A is 1800 and 600, just like it's listed.
Yep. What is the probability that a randomly selected particle has a speed over 2,500 meters per second? I put use applet. So how did I figure that out? How did I figure that out? That's the answer. How did I figure it out? I was just coming up with these answers right before class started.
So, okay, so for that one, wouldn't you plug it into applet? Just the z-score. Okay, so first you gotta find the z-score.
Find the z-score. So 25.
So, yeah. 1800 minus 2500 minus 1800 divided by 600.
25 minus.
So the z-score is 1.167. And then you just plug the z-score into applet, and it gets you to 0.0533, right?
Well, you have to make sure you highlight the above section. So if you just highlight the above the red line, I get 0.1216 in the applet. And I think that's...
Oh, that's what I meant. I'm sorry. I was looking. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So then the next one, the probability of randomly selected particle speed is less than 2500. Same thing, right? You just go in and you just select a different area.
Yeah, I think that's what you do. You're getting the opposite answer. Those two numbers, B and C, should add up to 1.
Okay. Cool.
Isn't that the one you told me to subtract 1 from the...
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The difference in the question is the more or less than.
Yeah, which totally threw me off.
So on D,
Less than.
oh, okay. So same thing. You just got to plug in the, so it'd be 1500 minus 1800, which is negative 300 divided by 600, which is negative 0.5 is the z-score. So you plug that in and get 0.309, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then for E, you take C and subtract D. Okay, so F I struggle, although maybe I can figure out now. What is the third quartile?
Yeah. So what does the third quartile mean?
So that, did you use the applet to do that?
Yeah. So the area, so they're asking you 75%. That's a third quartile, right?
Right.
If you put 75% into the area,
0.75.
0.75. Because we already figured it out for 0.10, and the book gives you the example of what you do if it's 0.90. That gives me the z-score of 0.674.
Then you plug that into the...
Right, and then you do plug that into the equation, and then you get the, whatever the answer is. 0.308, is that what they got? No, it's D. 2204. You got how they did that? I texted a picture. I don't know if it went out to the whole group or not.
Oh, I did. I didn't read it though. I saw that you'd sent a picture, but I didn't.
So that's just the algebra stuff where you got they set up the equation. How did I set that up?
Okay.
So many scribbles.
Okay, I think I got it.
Put in 0.75 on top to get the third quartile. Set it up as 0.674 equals 1800 minus x over 600. Get rid of the 600s.
It's chocolate.
By timesing them by both sides. Cancel it out. $1,800 minus X equals 600 times 0.674. Add 1,800 to both sides.
I just realized we're missing someone.
Oh, did somebody bail?
No, she said that she couldn't make it because of the storm.
Oh, Angelique, yeah.
Angelique.
Did she do it by cell phone with us?
So what about Megan?
Who was with us? Wasn't she?
Oh, did we lose Megan? Oh. I'll text her.
How do I get
Oh,
back?
my phone just died.
How do I get back into the video call? Please wait. I'm already in a video call. Take me there. I hear you guys. I just don't see you. I like shut you down.
Oh.
That doesn't work. Don't want to do that. Huh. Okay. Maybe I gotta click on that. No, no, no. How do I see you guys again? No.
Do you have a MacBook or a PC?
It's an HP PC
Okay. So
using
you're using
Microsoft.
Google Chrome.
Yeah.
So if you right click, it should show you all the windows you have open, and you want to click on the Google Hangouts, and it should bring you back up to the.
I am at Google Hangouts. This is asking, it's making it like, oh, you want to start a new meeting? No, I gotta find the one that I'm already in.
Oh,
No.
what is happening? Is she starting a new Hangout or something? Because she left too. It's just you and me right now.
Oh, shucks. And I can't tell by your voice who you are.
Oh, Lauren.
Lauren, okay. I'll get it down eventually. But we didn't leave them, did we?
No, they left us. I think they invited us. I don't know.
Waiting for a new invitation. Yeah, I can't. I was successfully going back and forth between seeing my screen and seeing opening the meeting back up. See you guys. I forgot.
Hey, sorry, my computer died.
Oh,
I'm back.
You're back.
I guess it doesn't matter.
Okay. Do you guys want to try the quiz or?
So the quiz so we did the homework together, so that's all it's left to do is a quiz, right?
So what?
So we did all we're supposed to do is go over the homework and then do the quiz, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we can use the homework and the applet. So we just need to I just need to open up a window with quiz.
And can we take the quiz a couple times?
Yeah. We can do it once together, and if you have to do it once on your own. Yeah.
Okay, just one more, and then I'm gonna make you lunch. Okay?
Group meeting.
Yeah, it's big one.
Doing that.
How old are your kids?
I have one son. His name's Connor. He's 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it timed so that my kids are asleep, but
Nice.
it's touch and go. I'm sure that won't be successful all semester.
Okay. I'm clicking start quiz.
Cool.
I completed the individual preparation, yes. I actively participated, yes.
That was me. Sorry.
That's fine.
Wow. Okay, there's a link to the normal probability outlet. That's fantastic.
I already have it open.
The total area under a normal distribution curve must equal 1. Everybody agree?
Yes,
Yeah, my computer's been super slow. Sorry.
that's okay.
Okay. Under certain circumstances, a normal distribution curve can drop below the x-axis.
False.
Okay. Number 3, total area under. Okay, that's 1.
Yeah.
Number 4, is that what you guys are on?
Yeah.
False. Okay.
Yeah, those are the 2 basic rules right there.
Yeah.
A normal distribution curve is symmetric. I would say true.
True.
Use the following image to answer the next 2 questions. Which of the following elements of the figure represents the z-score?
C.
C.
A, B, C. Yeah, I'll go with C. Okay. 7. Which of the following elements of the figure represents the probability that the z-score will be greater than 1?
B.
I'm sorry.
The area. Does everybody agree that it's B?
Well,
That's what we
It
had
has
to
to
do
be A,
in
B, or
the,
C. It has to be A, B, or C, or none.
because
Or it could be none.
in the baseball question, when it said, what's the probability that the batter score will be above that? That's the section you have to click to get
Okay,
that
okay.
number.
so
I'll go
isn't
with
it
that.
none? Because isn't the z-score already set?
The Z. Okay, but the z-score is set at 1, and they want to know. The question asks, what is the probability that the z-score will be more than 1?
It can't be, because the z-score is 1.
A maximum of 1.
Am I being? Maybe I'm missing something, but
No. Okay. Well, the z-score is 1.
right.
Okay.
So there's right because it's not. There's no way to test probability that the z-score is greater than 1 because the z-score is 1.
Area. Oh,
yeah,
you're
it's about
right.
it's about the area. She's definitely right about that.
But you're right, because the z-score can't change.
All right. So they have. So if you look at this applet up above, they have the 0.8413.
hmm
So that is the area. Everything less than 1 is 85% or 84%. So the greater than that 1 would be the 16%, which would be represented by B. So if you clicked on B, it should say something like 16%. You can open up that applet that they let us open up if you want to. But that should be, so B is the area where you would look for the what is greater than the 1. I'm going with B.
No, because my point is that it's kind of a trick question.
Is it?
Yeah. Which of the following elements in the figure represents the probability the z-score will be greater than 1? Because the z-score doesn't change. The z-score is going to stay 1, right?
Let's open up that applet real quick. Okay, so and it's up with the number 1 already. Okay. So what did I do to screw this up? It had 1. Oh, type in the number in the box. That's how you get it to where you want it to go. 0.1, enter. No. 1.0. 1.0. Okay. And then you just click on the right. So it's not highlighted that. Is that a trick? Is it a trick question that way?
I don't know. Maybe I'm making it too simple. But my thought is that the z-score is 1. The z-score doesn't change.
Where is the?
So you can't figure out the probability of the z-score being higher than 1 because the z-score is 1. It doesn't change.
Which of the following elements of the figure represents the probability that the z-score will be greater than 1? The z-score is 1. Yeah, maybe you're right about that. None of these represent the probability that the z-score will be greater than 1. Maybe either they missed the poorly worded the question. Because the question, I guess the answer we're suggesting would suggest the question would have to say, which of the following elements of the figure represents the probability that the area will be greater than the z-score of 1? Sure. Sure.
So do you guys? So is it B or is it none of the above?
There's 18 questions on this quiz. Each one of them is going to be worth a little over 5 points. You know, if you get it wrong, you get a second chance to take the test.
That's
I
true.
would pick one, and then if it's wrong, go back and fix it.
Okay.
We'll know the answer is either B or D.
Yeah, it's either B or none of the above, I think.
Okay. According to the 68, 95, 97 rule, what percentage of the data from a bell-shaped distribution will be within one standard deviation of the mean? Write your answer as a percentage such as 42 rather than proportion such as, okay.
So it
We
should
all,
be 68, right?
yeah, just 68. Okay. 9. Suppose the z-scores come from a standard normal distribution. Use the normal probability outlet to answer this question. What proportion of the z-scores will be between -1 and 1? Need to put it as a decimal. Okay, so go to the applet.
$0.6827.
They want to know the number between. Is that it? 0.6827? Because you highlight the blue, which is between the 1 and the 1. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's what I got.
Okay, so then specifically states. Okay, so I didn't write the answer there. 0.6827.
Yeah, but it wants it to 3 decimal places, so you have to round up to 683.
Yeah. Right. 0.683. I'm going with that. Okay, now it's the same thing, but with 2s, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then the next one is with 3.
Okay. 2.9545, right? So we'll round it up to 0.95. Okay, so it's getting us to realize that it's right with the 68, 95, 99, 7 rule.
What did you observe in the last 3 questions?
Yeah.
The values match the 68, 95, 99.7 rule. It was just what you said. What in the world? Are you guys on number 13 yet?
Yeah.
I'm just a second. Okay.
My goodness.
Now I am. Okay. Oh, shucks. Too many words, too many numbers, too many letters.
So I think it's just trying to confuse us
Mm-hmm.
because if you drop the kilograms raised and the whatever raised, if you just look at it as 0.65 and 0.60, you would just do 0.6 minus 0.65 is 0.05 divided by 0.07, which would give us the z-score of -0.714.
Okay, write the equation. What is the actual question? The mean, the population mean is 0.65 is mean. Subject equation z equals x minus the mean, which is 0.65 over the SD is 0.07. Oh, here's the question. The question is, what proportion of the population have a protein requirement that is less than 0.60? Your answer, okay.
So I did the equation, put the z-score in the applet, highlighted the less than area, and then got 0.238.
What I got, yeah. 0.238.
Okay, so that I'm slow. Does it tell us what the z-score is? We have to figure out what the z-score is.
We
I
had the,
calculated it.
We gotta figure that out, right? So that's so the standard 5. Okay, I'm gonna slow everybody down here. I know, just like, what did you guys get? I'll put it in. I hate slowing people down, but I hate writing down answers. So I didn't do it. What did you guys get for that one?
0.238.
0.238.
Next question is, what proportion of the population have a protein requirement that is more than 0.60 blah, blah, blah?
So
you just select the other part of the graph, right?
Yeah, I would think so. So the 0.762. If I look at it there. That's the opposite of 238, right?
Yes.
I just did that math in my head on the paper.
What
But yeah,
would
it makes
Because when I highlight the area, it's the same number.
Yeah.
Go to the applet.
It's like the preparation.
So have you guys gotten to question 15 yet?
Let me see. No, probably not. Okay, what proportion of the population have a protein requirement that is less than 70? Give your answers to decimal accurate to 3 decimal places. Less than 70. Less than 70%. Okay, so if you put, what happens if you go to the applet and you type in 0.70? And it's less than 70%, right?
Well, no, because this is what confuses me, because it's the same problem as before. Just a different number. So you would do 0.7 minus so you would do the observable data, which is 0.7, and then you would subtract the mean, which is 0.65, and then divide by the standard deviation, 0.07. But what's interesting is that the z-score that I got is the same as the z-score in the above problem. And now I'm confusing myself.
Yeah, I need time to like digest it all and look at my notes and stuff.
But you get when you click a shaded area, you get a different. Oh, hold on. I'm confused.
Yeah, me too.
Oh. Yeah. And then, okay, so I was going to say these questions are just like number 7.
They should be just like whatever number.
Because remember when I said I was confused when it said, what is the probability that the speed is less than? I was like, how do you find that? Because we just found what was greater than. And you told me to subtract 1. So do we have to find the less than answers or the more than answers first and then go back to the less than?
Like number 7, huh?
Should we do number 14 first and then find number 13?
I don't know. I'm really confused.
So if we do that, if we take the 0.238,
Yeah, I need to go back to the original question to get all the information I need, I think. Okay, find out what the mean is, what the mode, okay, mean equals 0.65. Yeah, they complicate everything by throwing in all the gibberish you don't need to know. Standard deviation equals 0.07. First question asks, what proportion of the population have protein requirements less than 0.60? First, z-score, C equals
stop. It's so weird how it's the same. Don't like when they try to trick us.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we learned it though. So going back to 13, I need to start off right. So going back to 13, it's you set up the equation it's z equals x times 0.65 over 0.07. X in this case is the 0.60. So 0.60 times 0.65 times 0.65 equals 0.39 divided by 0.07 equals 5.57. So the z-score for number 13 should be 5.571. Did everybody get that?
No.
No, that's not the answer. That's just the z-score.
No,
I got 0.714.
that's what I got.
0.714 for the z-score.
Right. Yeah. So it's
What did I do wrong there?
0.6
I think
minus 0.65 divided by 0.07.
0.6 minus 0.65 equals negative 0.05 divided by 0.07 equals negative 0.714. Okay. So that's the z-score. Negative 0.14. Now they're asking what the proportion is. It's a less than 60. That we need the applet for. Type in the z-score. Negative. Okay, that's where we get the answer of 0.2376. So we rounded it up to 0.238. Okay,
Yeah.
liking that one. What proportion of the population have a protein requirement that is more than 0.20? That's the opposite of 0.238, which is 0.762. Okay. 15. What proportion of the population have a protein requirement that is less?
Wait, how'd you get number 14?
Okay, that's the one where if you know what the less than is, you should be able to figure out what the more than is, right? And I'll look and I'll go back to applet.
Do you highlight both areas or just
We
one
got
area?
the answer of the less than area is 0.2376. That's what highlights when you put in your z-score of negative 0.714. Now
Oh, okay.
highlight the other side and unhighlight the first side, and you get the negative 0.7624.
Okay. So I was only highlighting one area. That's what I was doing wrong.
Mm.
So that's how we get 14. And now with 15, you just do the same thing but adjust your numbers, right?
Yeah, but the math comes out to the same.
The same.
Okay. I'm gonna look at it. Let me look at it. Okay. What proportion of the population have 14 and points? So now you're doing 0.7. You're doing 0.7 minus 0.65 equals a positive 0.5 instead of a negative, divided by
Oh, so we're just not highlighting the whole area.
0.07 equals a positive 714. Okay, so go back to the applet thing. What is the question? Less than 70. Okay, so is the answer to that one 0.762?
That's what I got.
They're like green.
No, it's lunchtime.
Okay, so you're confused because the two answers are the same.
Yeah, but they changed it on us because they did the 70, so it's a positive number. They want the less than, so it's a more portion than the 60. So they're just trying to mess with us, but as long as we're doing it, because we're doing it right, they're just messing with us.
Less than 70. Number 14 is more than 60. And 15 is less than 70. More than 60, less than 70. Less than 7. Okay. Hold on. The answer to the 15 is asking you the proportion that's less than 70%, right? So go to the area, go to the probability applet and type in the area, type in 0.7 and see everything that's highlighted. It changes the z-score. It gives the answer 0.524.
Come here. It's okay.
Does that make sense?
What answer did you say? Because I have.
I got 0.524.
That's not what. So
Less than. Okay, here. Does it make sense how I got 0.524?
Yeah, I have it.
Who else is still in the meeting?
Well, it didn't want a new z-score. It just wanted what proportion is going to be less than 70.
Right. So we should be solving for a new z-score. It's just that the new z-score is the same as the old z-score because
I think the answer's well. I think the z-score changes because if you're doing 0.70, your z-score is going to be different than if it's 0.60. I just typed in the area being 0.70 and got the answer. Everything to the left is what you have highlighted because you want less than. And you have the answer 0.524.
But it's not asking the.
No, that's not the question it's asking.
Yeah, because it would have had like a 70% or.
What is the proportion of the population having a protein requirement that's less than 70?
Okay, hold on.
Okay, it's not asking the percentage. Okay, goodness gracious.
I know the math is coming out the same, but I'm pretty sure we're doing it right because it's giving us because it wants less than the 0.70. So the answers are the same, but we're doing
More than 60.
So what answer did you get for number 4?
for 14 and 15. It's 0.762.
That's for 14 and wait. Okay, points. Okay, that's what I got to. All right.
This is complicated.
I think that. Oof. Okay, so I know what I'm gonna. If it's wrong, I know what I'm gonna do for an answer next. One is by number 2. Find the probability that a randomly selected person will have a protein requirement that is between 60 and 70. Okay, so you got to find out the z-score for both. This should help us. This should help us in the other 2 answers. Remember to find the area. You have to find out the z-score for both, and then subtract the smaller from the larger.
Hold on, sweetie. Okay.
For the z-score, we're considering the 60. Z-score. The formula for the z-score is z equals x minus pu over standard deviation.
Hold on, sweetie.
Standard deviation is 0.07. The mean is 0.65. X is either 0.60 or 0.70.
What? How are we supposed to do this?
0.60. So you got to figure out the z-score for both equations using the 0.60 and the 0.70. The 0.60, 0.6 minus 0.65 equals negative 0.05 divided by 0.07 equals. So negative 0.714. Okay. That's the z-score when you're doing it with 0.60.
So what's interesting
0.6.
is that the difference between
0.7.
doing 0.6 grams versus 0.7 grams, so between 14 and 15, is that the z-score in one is negative and the z-score in the other is positive.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's what's throwing me off.
Once you know the z-score,
Because the z-score is the same for both. One's negative, one's positive. So,
positive.
but the z-score is still 7.7142.
Go to the applet. Z-score 0.7142.
Do we just click that area between the 2?
Why not? That sounds great.
0.5248.
That's what I got.
But it's saying, yeah, the book was saying, figure out the standard, figure out the.
This is giving me a headache.
Make sure your answer is positive.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna.
.5248. Round of 3 places, which would be 0.525.
You're supposed to be sleeping.
Find the 35th percentile for the protein requirement for adults. Round your answer to 3 decimal places. Okay.
Okay, so when I try to do that, it just puts in zeros. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
The question asking. Find the 31st percentile protein requirement for adults. Round your answer to 3 decimal places. I typed in 35% on top.
You get negative 0.385.
Wait, if you put the area in as
0.35.
Oh, why is it doing that? Oh, it's good on insulated.
Oh, I need to look at the old homework and figure it out. The old homework answers. The old questions.
I have to get this dude back down. So
I'm so confused.
Oh, good grief, good grief, good grief. How to figure out number 7. The median speed of hydrogen at room temperature is 1,800 meters per second with a standard deviation of 6 seconds. If you swap out the numbers of mean 0.65, standard deviation 0.07.
okay, it's section 3.4 is how you do it.
Book. Calculating percentiles using normal distribution.
So it's just like 7F.
7F.
We put in the 35 percent, and we get the z-score of negative 0.385, and we
Okay.
plug that into the equation. So we have the z-score equals x minus 0.65 divided by 0.07. But I don't have a calculator where I could put in negative numbers, so I can't do the math for that.
If you can read that back to me, I can do it. What's the equation?
So it's negative 0.385 equals x minus 0.65.
Hold on one second. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
This calculator function very well. How did I make that negative? So hold on. I'm using my phone. I didn't realize I couldn't make a negative on here.
Maybe
I
I
know
could do it in Excel.
Okay, x minus 0.65 on one side of the equation equals negative 0.385, 0.07 plus a negative 3.85. Add 0.65 to each side. Okay, so negative 0.385 times 0.07 equals negative 0.2695. Add 0.65 to that, and you get 0.62305.
What is it? 0.62?
305, 0.623.
Okay.
That's the problem. What problem are we answering with that one?
That was 17.
17.
Yeah.
I need to print the quiz off.
It's so hard to do on the computer like this, and it's like trying to refer back to information above it is like really hard.
Sorry, I missed the answer.
I think it's because it's asking find the 35th percentile for the protein replacement.
Mhm.
I think it's 0.623.
Okay. If I did the math without the negative signs, and that's what I got, but I wasn't sure because I couldn't do the calculations right. But that is what I got for that.
So for the next one, if you plug in 80%, it's the same thing. 80th percentile. I don't know. I need to go put this kid down. He's
Okay.
crazy. So I'm just gonna.
This is the last question. I could say it real fast.
Okay.
So you put in the 80th percentile,
Yes.
get a z-score of 0.842.
Yes.
Plug that into the exact same equation we just did, and I got 0.709.
Okay. 0.709.
But I don't know if that is the correct.
Okay, what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I'm gonna submit the quiz, and then I know it's kind of a gray area, but I'll tell you what grade I get, and if you guys want to go back and change answers, I think that's fine.
We'll all figure this out when we submit. We have 2 tries anyway. So.
Okay. Submit quiz. I know. Oh, I know. Okay. So question. Wait. Should I tell you guys? I'm always confused. Can I tell you guys the answers, or should I not?
I think you're supposed to.
I don't
Okay.
think
So
This is recorded, right? This is being recorded, right?
it is being recorded. Yes, and
Okay, so yeah, I definitely don't want to mess up on that since it's being recorded.
well, I just submitted it and got 100. So
Wow. Okay. Okay. Good
So-
for you.
are you guys gonna keep working, or should I stop the broadcast? I gotta put this dude down so I can let it keep running and then just post the link when you guys are done.
Well, I'm done with the quiz.
You
I don't
know the
know.
quiz. I'm working on the last one right now. So 0.07. Where did I get points? Okay, because we're working on the 70.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the broadcast then, since we've
That's
basically
fine.
done it.
That's fine.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Hopefully next time he'll sleep.
That's
See
fine.
you
Yeah.
Tuesday. Kevin, do you want to host on Tuesday, or do?
I can try. See if I'm smart enough to figure out how.
Okay. Well, just text me if you have any trouble, and I can do it again. See you guys later.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.